Have you ever dreamt of living the life of someone else? Of going back in time and experiencing intense historical events exactly the way they happened? Well, dream no more. Welcome to the Animus Entertainment Experience. Powered by our cloud-based Helix software, Animus can decode the intense memories embedded in the DNA of that legendary warrior you always wished you could have been. For a limited time only, Abstergo invites you to link to the genetic memories of great heroes and to make their past your present. With the Animus, history is your playground.
What's up, Warriors? Welcome to a new Warriors Den. We're so excited to show you everything that will be added to this TU. And joining me today is Nolan. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you so much. And but folks, we have a ton to cover today. But before we get too far into it, though, we gotta talk about those Twitch drops. You know me. You know I love them, and I want you to love them too. So you got to start off by linking your UbiConnect account to your Twitch account. That way, for every 30 minutes you're with us today, you're going to get a scavenger crate. And at the end of the show, we're going to pick some lucky winners to win a grand prize of either 100k steel or hero skins? Question mark? Something going on there. On top of that, we also have a Twitch directory that you can just really experience just by watching your favorite Twitch streamers playing For Honor. So from April 23rd through May 14th, you can watch and you get rewards at 1, 2, and 4 hours. They're all on the screen there, so check it out. Get some free swag. It's going to be amazing.
Woof, that's a lot of drops. I need those boosts, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's so much there. But, folks, and listen up, too, because if you're here, that means that you are a fan of For Honor, a real fan, in fact, and we really appreciate that. So what better way to show that off to everybody than, getting yourself some For Honor official swag? That's right. We have merch. We merch.
Do.
That's right. So you can check it out. Follow the QR code there because we have the Larry's Official Fan Club t-shirt. We have the For Honor Year 10 collection, including t-shirt, hoodie, hats, mugs. It's going to be super cool. All the links are there. You're going to see them. And get your own Larry's Official Fan Club. We know you've wanted it. Now you can have it. So
Absolutely. And we've got some awesome stuff to show you today. Let's check out what we're going to see during the show. We have the For the Creed details, the ASSASSINI y TEMPLARI game mode, balancing, and, of course, the best segment of all, Community Corner.
That's right. It is. It's a great segment. I love it because we get fun videos at the end of it, and it's amazing. So, but, Zahar, you may not know, and maybe for you watching at home, if you're newer to For Honor, but the very first, collaborative event we did on For Honor was with the Assassin's Creed team.
Very cool.
It's great. It started all the way back in 2018. That was our very first run. It's come back a few times, and every time we bring it back, we like to add more and more to it. But we can definitely say that this is going to be the biggest collaborative event we've had to date for the Assassin's Creed. For the Creed. So we're very excited for that. Cannot wait to show you more.
But wait, hold on, Nolan.
Yes.
Before we jump into everything else, grab your popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And enjoy this new epic gameplay trailer. And when we come back, we'll be looking at the details of this TU. So stay tuned.
Oh, really?
Creed is back, and Verona now has a dog in it. And with us today are Danny and MC. How are you guys?
Good yourself?
Thank you. I'm great. Thank you. I'm super great.
So cute.
So tell me, how did this, or tell all of us actually, how did this collaboration come to be?
Actually, we're huge fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise. So when we got the green light, we were all so excited to work on new content with AC and for our 10th anniversary.
Yeah, like you said, it's our 10th year. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was out for some time. Assassin's Creed Shadows are celebrating their first year. So it was just a perfect timing for us to bring back this fantastic collab event.
And
Right.
both universes work so well together. So we have a really strong relationship with them. We get each other. And it was really fun to work with AC on this content.
Yeah, it's true actually what you said about our universe working well together because actually we share a strong connection with them. We both are into like historical, like visual reference or history, purely exact. And even though we are two different teams at Ubisoft, we are having a really great chemistry together.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, really.
That's so exciting. So great to hear. On that note, let's take a look at the seasonal roadmap.
Yeah.
So we still have the Battle Pass going on right now, and today is the final day for the Centurion Hero Fest, so make sure to try that before it's gone. For TU2, we have our For the Creed details for the Throwback event, for the Creed Throwback event from April 23rd, tomorrow, until May 14th. We have 3 new hero skins.
yeah.
We have a Shinobi hero trial. You'll be able to try out this hero for free for a full week. And then we have the Arena of Echoes map in rotation, first for Brawl from May 14th to May 28th, and then for Duel from May 28th to June 11th. After that, we have the Hero Fest for Highlander from May 21st, Zanju from May 28th, and Warden on June 4th. And we'll be bringing you our biggest hero skin drop of all time. We've had the Ezio skin in the past, but we wanted to bring some new AC faces over to For Honor, the For Honor universe, but this time around from multiple Assassin's Creed titles. Danny, can you tell us a little bit more about each one?
It will be a pleasure actually. So we're going to start this with Naoe the Swift as Shinobi from Assassin's Creed Shadows. So she was born and raised in Iga as a ninja, and in the design of the character you have this mix of her as a shinobi and the assassin's role she embodies. And both elements are blended throughout the entire design and details, with of course the beautiful iconic touch of red we all know and love from the AC franchise.
She's fantastic. She's my favorite.
I know that, yeah. So we kept everything from the game, like the Assassin's 2, she has the bomb, the kunai, grappling hooks, and we also see the iconic Assassin's Blade, and also her tento and katana, and of course here Shinobi's weapon, the kusarigama. And I think you will agree that she does an amazing Shinobi in our game.
She's perfect.
Yeah, she's really perfect. And then we are following up with Yatsuke the Brave as Shugoki, also from Assassin's Creed Shadows. Here the design pulls from his home and his role. You have details from the belt that ties Yasuke to his roots, to the horn helmet showing his strength, and the dragon, the golden flower that mark is bound to the Nobunaga clan, and much more. And we also find Yasuke's long katana from the franchise, and in our case, he's using the big and heavy kanabo from Shugoki, and he looks badass with it.
So cool.
Blunt weapon, man, not just too brutal. And it's not enough. It's not all. We have another one, this time it's going to be from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Eivor Wolf-Kissed as Berserker this time. He was raised as skilled warrior and strategist, and is also a leader and was designed with that in mind. He really feels like a Viking, and that may sound weird, but that's exactly what the AC team wanted for this one actually, to break away from the iconic AC design. He only has subtle element that would tie him to his assassin's background, like the sash, the hooded cloak, and obviously the hidden blade, and he fits perfectly in For Honor.
Absolutely. Do you have any shout-outs to the teams?
Yes, absolutely. The character team definitely did an amazing job bringing you these fantastic skin, I have to admit. And huge thanks to the AC team
Yes.
that was there the entire time of the production. They were amazing. Yes, thank you very much.
Fantastic. And you know, I heard something really special about the voice lines this time.
And it's not a rumor.
Oh, really?
All the skins have unique voice lines from the original
Ooh.
talents.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
actually really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So for Yasuke and Naoe, we actually brought back the actor and the actress from the Japanese immersive version of Assassin's Creed Shadow. So we recorded everything in a studio in Japan with local voice director, local tech. So that meant also some late night recording from our Montreal-based audio director. So huge shout out to the audio team for these skins because yes, lots of skins, but 3 skins means triple the work.
Oh, yes.
So that's it. And then AC Valhalla. We actually work with Magnus, who's the original voice actor for Ivor. In our case, he's speaking Icelandic because it is the closest that we got to the unique language that was created for the Valhalla game. And so bringing these characters to life meant that we actually wrote and translated close to 1,000 words
Wow.
in Icelandic and Japanese. But that really helped us blend and really mix and merge the original AC personalities with our raw For Honor heroes. Again, for this, thanks to the narrative and lock team, the unseen heroes, they did amazing for this. So they sound amazing, but they also look amazing.
Oh,
And so it's fun to see what you could do with the custo on these hero skin.
That's so cool. I love these colors. I love customizing. I'm so excited. I can't wait to try these out.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can pick all of these up for $14.99 USD each. Or we also have 2 bundles. We have the Assassin's Creed Shadows bundle that contains Naoe the Swift hero skin, the Yasuke the Brave hero skin, and the exclusive illustrious outfit, Iga's Furriest, unlocked for all your heroes with the Iga's Furriest mood effects, one of the most adorable Akita dogs from AC Shadows. The other bundle is the Assassin's Creed Unlimited bundle. This bundle includes both Ultimate bundles. Sorry, the Ultimate bundle. This bundle includes both AC Shadows hero skins, the Ivor Wolf Kiss skin, and the Ezio Auditore skin. This bundle also includes 4 AC themed executions and the exclusive illustrious outfit. The cool thing is the executions and the outfits will be unlocked for all heroes, which is really cool.
Yes.
And Iga's Furriest is only available through these bundles.
Yes. Amazing dog.
Yes.
And the 4 execution you just mentioned, there are actually 3 where we innovated with this partnership, because why not? So usually with shared executions, we have to hide the hero's weapon and make a new one appear. But this time, and this time only, well, for now, with the AC skins and the heroes they're tied to, they get to actually keep their own weapons while performing these executions. What it means, for example, Shugoki will keep his weapon during Yasuke's execution, whether the skin is equipped or not. And everyone else performing these executions will still switch to the special weapon. So as you've seen on the screen, the wonderful work of execution with Ivor's Ardor, Naoe's Vengeance, and Yasuke's Oath. And in this case, we couldn't have done this feat without our wonderful VFX and animation team. Again, thank you. The whole production worked on these AC assets, but in this case, VFX Anim did amazing to innovate.
That's so cool. And we also have the in-game realizations. Danny, could you show us the landing pages?
Absolutely, and we're going to start week 1 with Naoe and Yasuke. Here we wanted to stay true to the AC Shadows fantasy with the big red color splash they had, using the red moon behind Yasuke and Naoe on top of a Japanese temple, and they look really cool. And on Haver, it's going to be our week 2 landing page. He's enjoying the fire in front of a nice north landscape, and of course we couldn't do it without the northern lights. At the very top.
I want to go glamping there.
Oh, I think we all
Count
do.
me in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very relaxing, of course. And for week 3, we are bringing you back Ezio. For some of you that were there, you know this landing page is familiar, but we just improved a little bit on the lighting, and then we kept, obviously, the nice leap of faith. Very
Very cool.
iconic.
Whee!
Whee! And that's
Hey.
it. What is
What's
it?
that over there?
What is it?
Look, AC minions are
minions.
coming.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Here we have the knights and the samurai. And of course, the Vikings.
Woo.
So let's go chop some beards. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And up next, we have the
Pleasure.
Assassini e Templari game mode segment. So stay right there.
Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome back, Warriors! All right, we are now joined by the one and only JC. Welcome, JC.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice day outside, you know, like lots of sun and everything. It's great.
It is, yeah. It's been a nice change of pace here.
Yeah,
this
while we're
weekend,
here in a
too.
basement somewhere, but it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Montreal springs are always a bit of a mixed bag here.
A little
Today's
bit,
good
yeah.
one,
But
so
it's
we like
fine.
that. That's awesome. Well, JC, welcome again. Folks, you know, you saw the gameplay trailer a bit, and we got a glimpse of this, but maybe, you know, you haven't actually had a chance to play this mode before, and it's been, you know, a couple of years. So, JC, do you want to kind of like walk the people through, like, what is this mode?
Because I mean, you know, if you haven't played it, it's new to you, right?
This is
I
true.
gotta get there. Essentially, it goes like this, right? So it's played on 3 maps. So Citadel Gate, River Fort, and Beachhead. And all 3 maps are filled like a bunch of AC Easter eggs everywhere, right? So the gameplay, the way it works is that you're going to go in, you're going to rush to the minion lane, and capture the minion lane. After your team captures the minion lane, it's going to spawn a boss on the other side's main point. So the boss, there's 2 bosses, right? There's Ezio Auditore and Cesare Borgia. So they're the 2 bosses that can spawn. Depending on which side you're on, it'll spawn a different boss. And then you as a team have to go kill the boss. The boss is kind of based off of with the kings that we have in Breach, right? So they have that kind of moveset. And as you go, once you kill them, your team gains 450 points, permanent points. And you get like a lot of renown. Like you get like, I think 60 or something. So it's a ton of renown. Helps you unlock feats and stuff. So it kind of feels really good. And then if you control the main lane, you get 100 temporary points. As usual, you know how it kind of works. And in typical Dominion fashion, the first team to 1,000 points puts the other in breaking. And once you kill all of them, because that's what you got to do, you got to kill everybody. Then you end up winning, right? So it's great. The other difference here is that there's an A and a C point, but they're not typical capture points. You can't hold them. You can't heal on them. There's none of that stuff, but there's healing points around the map, so you don't have to worry too much about it. You can still go heal up and do all that good stuff. And then finally, there is something super cool. This map that Max is going to queue up right now.
Go.
Right? Anytime you do a drop attack, like a ledge attack like this, it will perform the iconic AC air assassination attack instead of your hero's regular one. So it's a nice little bonus. It's the only time you'll hear me say, hey, go do that all the time. But it looks super cool. It's really good. So go play it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's great. And folks, you are going to have 3 weeks to play this event, so that's great. But trust me when I say you're going to need it, because on top of that, we have just an absolute ton of content that is added to the loot tables like during this event. So when you play this, and again, stay with me here because this is going to be a bit of a list here. You are going to be able to like earn and loot all of the following. Okay, ready for this? Battle outfits, 3 of them. Valhalla Quest, Battle of Heroes, and the Animus Project. You're going to be able to loot those for everybody. We have an elite outfit, Ruler of the Masses. That's also going to be available to loot. We have 3 mood effects, the Vitruvian Hero, Welcome to Valhalla, and Templar Synchronization. So you can get that for all your emotes and executions and idols. That's great. We have 2 ornaments, Heroes of Heathmore and Sinan's Wings, that are going to be available to loot. And even event weapons are back. These are the original For the Creed throwback weapons, and these are going to be available to loot for all the heroes that were present at the original launch of the event. So you can check those out. If you haven't collected them in the past, now's your time to do that. But we're not done. We're not done.
We're not done.
No, because that's just some things you can loot during the event.
Some of this stuff.
But we have more. In fact, we've got more weapons. So brand new batch of weapon skins for the entire roster here. The glorious weapons of the season is what we're calling them. So here's a small little sneak peek, but you're going to get to see more of them later on in the show. But they're great. They're gold. There's like God rays, clouds, unicorns, which are
you can never say no to a unicorn.
You can never, absolutely.
I mean, I've tried once and it didn't end well.
That feels like a story for another day.
Yeah, another time. But yeah.
We're going to come back to that. We're going to circle back around to the unicorn story at some point. But alongside that, link to the game mode to the throwback, we also have a free event pass. So you're going to be able to go through and loot some sweet loot in here. So on top of that, the AC Cosmetics in here, we've also added 4 of the brand new weapons from the glorious weapons inside this event pass. So you can see they're for the Peacekeeper, Berserker, Shigogi, and Shinobi. There's probably a reason we did that.
I'm not sure why though. There's a bit of a pattern, but it's not super clear to me.
We'll have to send that over to the folks back at the office to help us to unlock the mysteries behind. But no, they're going to be great. So again, you can unlock all of these just by grinding the event pass. You have to play the event to grind the pass, but again, it's there for 3 weeks. Plenty of time. All that free loot. It's going to be incredible. And again, even in the free event pass, we have an elite outfit, Champion of the People, which is super cool. All that. So much stuff for free.
Like I'm out of breath for you because you've been reading so many of these things. It's getting crazy.
It's a lot, yeah. And even the mood effect, assassin synchronization. So again, there's so much in that pass. You're going to be able to really just lock in, get it. It's 3 weeks, grind it out, get the drops.
Awesome.
So
and that's not all.
Yes,
right? We also have, for the duration of the event, a leaderboard. We've had in the past, right? We've been putting on leaderboards in our game mode events right now. So in this one, it tracks the amount of boss kills you've done. So you have to go in, kill the bosses, kill them constantly. I want to see big numbers go up there.
Big numbers go up.
It's super cool. It's always super interesting, right? And then once the game mode ends, it will remain visible for a little bit of time, so you can go see and brag to your friends to see who killed the most bosses.
Super cool.
It's always fun to kill bosses too.
It is, yeah. We like our boss rushes.
Yeah, that always works.
Always, yeah. So that's going to be great. So leaderboards, event pass, all the drops. It's going to be incredible. Hope you enjoy all of that. That's going to go live starting tomorrow. So that about wraps up for this mode. But so JC, thank you so much for helping to present all this, explain it all. But unfortunately, you can't go anywhere.
No, I thought I was gonna run back to my desk.
No, we need you here because we have another segment coming up right after this about balance.
Okay, so I'll make a deal with you, right?
Okay, what do you got?
While the weapons are playing, I'll
Sure.
run to my desk. And
Okay.
I'll write up a couple more pages of
'cause-
the patch notes.
Oh, you didn't write them up yet?
I didn't write them up
Okay.
yet. So I have
Alright.
I have people helping me, but they're not fully done.
Okay. I
So
got
then then you can get some of me back, and I'll just appear on this couch like magically.
All right, so sounds good. So you
Alright.
got your work cut out for
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
folks at
I gotta-
home.
I gotta-
You're going to check out this video with all the new weapons on that. In the meantime, make sure you're summoning JC back because we'll be right back with balancing. See you in a second. Welcome back, Warriors! Oh, it worked. The summoning
Yeah,
ritual.
it
You
worked.
brought JC back.
Totally worked.
I'm so
the,
excited.
the trick to know is that there's like a summoning circle
Sure.
under
Yeah.
this couch,
Mhm.
and we're sitting on some ley lines. And
Oh yeah, that's why they
so,
built the room here.
So yes, that's why they put the room here. So then I can teleport to here like really easily. So it works really well. I even have a little magic wand to
Look at
help me
this.
do
Look
stuff.
at
So it's
this.
great.
I like that we're just adding lore. Like I love just adding lore to our own dens, and this is great. So
That's how it works, right?
this is it.
Yeah, because I would just have my desk to like
Yeah.
I figured people watching they want to have like one or two extra pages, so I ran
Sure.
to my desk because it's pretty short.
Yeah.
So we'll see like how it is.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, folks, I'm taking a deep breath for no reason whatsoever. JC, let's talk balancing. What do we
Yes.
got?
So I'm using my little magic wand here
Okay.
that lets me summon balancing and patch notes out of thin air.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see how it goes when I cast a spell like
All right.
this.
Ooh.
All right. Well, first we have sprint speeds.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
It's all it's doing. I didn't do anything. Okay. But basically, we have a bit of a global change. So all 4 of these heroes, so Conk, Kensei, Highlander, and Sohei, are getting in an 8% sprint speed increase. So really, the idea is all of these heroes, their sprint speeds were a little bit slow, and we're trying to bring them back up in line to help them in rotations. This is super useful for Kensei and Highlander. I know like a lot of people are like, how about sprint speeds for Kensei? Well, then you get a sprint speed upgrade for Kensei. And then the Highlander gets one too. And then Sohei gets one too. And Kong gets one as well.
Oh, man.
So it's good. It'll help them rotate a little bit better. Get around with points. You kill people. You got to do stuff. So it's a big improvement for these heroes. They'll be like at the baseline of we have. It kind of establishes a new baseline for are slower heroes, but it still is fast enough that they're going to be a lot more competitive in that aspect.
Awesome.
Right? So let's cast a spell again to see what happens now.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's kind of, at least it's because it's building up the pages.
I see. I see.
So then if I press the button again,
It's just auto writing things.
all right, cool. So Berserker, right? So Berserker gets a bit of a health increase, goes to 130, up from 125. It's a hero like that is more built around trading. We had lowered the life total a little while back. We're trying to do adjustments here and there. But at 130, because you're trading a lot with Berserker, it makes sense to have that health a little bit more and to be able to be, again, a little bit more competitive and have a little bit more access to your offense without dying super quickly.
Awesome.
We also have a small change for BP. So we've reduced the stamina drain of holding Bulwark Stance to 3.5 stamina per second, down from 5. So if you remember, at the last TU, we did a change where every single down stance drains stamina at 5 stamina per second, except for Virtuosa's Postures that were at 7. So it's a bit of a play there. But essentially, on some heroes, so for Black Pirate, for example, we're gonna lower the stamina drain. We're lowering it, the stamina drain, actually, because they have synergies or things they need to be able to do. Or in BP's example, right, if you're holding Bulwark Stance, there's two things. You get healing when you have your 2 feet, but also all attacks are kind of enhanced against you. So it kind of makes, it's not as effective as other ones.
Yeah.
You have to actively defend, so it's a little bit different. So because of this, we're reducing the stamina drain so that you can hold it a little bit more, heal a bit more, and use it a bit more proactively in this case.
Awesome.
Orochi as well gets a bit of a change. So zone attack can now cancel its recovery into a dodge at 200 MS, up from 100. So I'll explain this a little bit more in detail because it's a bit more complicated.
Sure.
Whenever we do dodge zone attack, well, actually every single attack, right? If I take an attack that's 500 MS, the way it works is it lands at 500. If the attack misses, it keeps going for 100 MS. We're doing this so that, let's say I swing at you and I miss, I still want the hitbox of the weapon, the trajectory, to be active after, so I can hit other people afterwards. If I hit you, logically, like the blade is going to stop in you, so that's how it's going to work, right? So it stops there. So, but if you miss, you get that extra 100 MS. On zone attacks, however, because we always want to be able to hit people past the person we're locked onto, you always have that extra time after the hit that it keeps being active. So because of this, we tend to try to line up dodge cancels and like chain timings and stuff so that they're exactly the same from whether you hit, you miss, or do whatever. And on zone attacks, because of that little extra time, they're always 100 MS earlier than they normally are. But for Orochi, on his zone attack specifically, that meant that he could dodge recovery cancel just a bit too early. It made the move a bit too safe. So with this, we're slowing it down to 200, which is kind of like a little bit like usual. But if you compare it to other attacks on miss, instead of being at 200 on miss, it's gonna be at 300 on miss. It kind of gets to be this, so it's a little bit less strong. Still works, but a bit less effective.
Gotcha. Okay.
The magic wand is loading up the next spot here. Perfect. So Highlander, right? So a buff and a nerf. A bit of a buff to health, so health up to 130, like we did for Berserker. Hero trades quite a bit in offensive form, so it kind of makes sense. But we've also removed the fact that his offensive form lights are enhanced, so they're no longer enhanced. Meaning that if you end up like because a lot of gameplay with Highlander can become really frustrating with just spamming lights.
Yeah.
When you're in there, they're 400 MS, so they're super quick. Being enhanced, they don't ever stop, so it doesn't really feel good. So by removing the enhanced property there, you can get lucky or super skillful if you are, and they're able to block those lights. It'll kick him out of offensive form,
Gotcha.
and also like it kind of stops his offense a little bit more. So you have to be a bit more thoughtful when you use them. You can still use your heavies, use the rest of the stuff, but it makes a bit more sense here for Highlander.
Okay.
Right?
Very cool.
So did you think I went back to my desk just to rate this page?
I mean, maybe there's more.
Maybe there's more. Okay,
little
let's.
you got?
We're gonna do a little ritual here. Oh, there's another page. It's loading up. All right. So Durin, right? So we said we had some Durin nerfs. So we do have a Durin nerf here.
Okay.
We're touching is dodge attacks, right? So it's side dodge attacks. So Lion's Pound, which is the tapped version of his side dodge attacks, they are no longer enhanced. So they are interrupted on block.
Nice.
So we're trying this so that we want to try to keep the same kind of the difference between tap and hold for different timings and stuff. It kind of makes sense. We have Tiandi that already has that, and it's not necessarily super problematic. Yes, it's unblockable for the health version, and you can still feint it, so there's some of that. But the idea here is that if you see Duran side dodging, you can just put your guard on the direction of his dodge. If he does a tapped version, it'll bounce off of you. You're going to gain from advantage. You can attack him first, and it kind of helps in that situation. So it doesn't mean that it's killing his dodge attacks. It just means that you are going to be a little bit in a little bit of a better position. And then if he does his held one, then you have time to kind of try to react and deal with the unblockable one, which does not change. So there's still a point in using the tapped version because they're the ones that change. So if you want to have your offense going and keep it going, you want to use a tapped version. But it's a little bit riskier. And on top of this, this can make some Duran players only want to use the held version. And as soon as that happens, feinted GBs beats Duran like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
It'll beat the held version. It'll beat the held dodge. So like if you dodge with that guard there, you'll still beat that as well. So it kind of it opens up a bit the options for the attacker to deal with a Duran that's dodge attacking doing that way. We're gonna keep an eye on it. If it's still not enough, we will do more changes to Duran to help bring him back down a little bit more, have a bit more baseline. We know there's a lot of frustration with his own attack, for example. We're trying to see like how can we like be a bit more proactive on the hero, change a little bit of stuff here and there. We've already seen from the nerfs we had at the last TU, this win rate dropped massively. So that's a good thing. It went back to like a lot more normal. So we'll see where that goes. But if we need to do more changes, we'll do more changes. It will not be a problem.
Awesome.
And second, just to finish on Duran, we've reduced the stamina drain for holding Indomitable Stance to 2 stamina per second instead of 5. His full block is arguably the worst full block in the game. The only thing that it does better than others is that it becomes active a little bit faster. There's no follow-ups out of it. There's nothing kind of special out of it. Everything's enhanced against it. But the idea with that move is to help players. We don't want it to be it's not a crush, but it's a learning tool. It's a way to, if you're unable to block lights, if you're having a hard time, you can use that to effectively block 400 MS lights and chains, to do a lot of different things that normally might be a bit more difficult for you. So it's not meant to be, hey, I use this all the time to block everything. It's not super useful, but because of this, we're reducing the stamina drain for it by quite a bit, like more than half. You can't babysit gank out of it. So it makes a bit of a difference here, but we still want you to be able to use it and still able to hold it, but just not as much and not infinitely as it used to be before.
Gotcha. Okay.
Next, we have Nobushi. So small changes to Nobushi as well. Zone attack, second hit, now costs 10 stamina, down from 20. And then we also did a bit of a bug fix where the second hit of zone attack bleeds, but that bleed could not stack with other bleeds. So we fixed that issue so that now that bleed will actually stack. So you have more of an incentive to let go of that second hit and bleed people because, you know, Nobushi is a bit of a shark.
Yes.
And she has the ways of the shark.
Oh, I see what you did there.
So because of this, she gets like extra damage on people that are bleeding. So it kind of makes sense to want to be able to bleed a little bit more with her.
Great. Awesome.
Finally, here we have Shigoki. So Charge of the Oni stamina cost has been reduced to 15 per second, down from 25. So this is why Shigoki did not get a speed increase, because he has Charge of the Oni, and we're buffing Charge of the Oni to give him, like, so you can stay running and be in that mode for a little bit longer. So you already have better rotations using that tool, so it's going to be good. You can still use this, and it works.
Awesome.
Right, so do you want to try to see if you can summon another page?
All right, Magic Wand.
Magic Wand?
What do you got? There's more.
There's more. Jeez, okay, well, there's more. Let's look at what's more then.
Let's keep going.
Right? So Shaolin, a little bit of nerfs to Shaolin, right? So Key Stance Slights now deal 12 damage, down from 14. And Sun Sweep Follow-Up now deals 20, down from 24. So the idea here, again, lowering the damage curve for Shinobi. We know there's like there's frustration with how much damage you can output out, save some of these moves are. We're starting with lowering the damage curve a little bit so that he's not going to kill you as fast, give you a bit more chances to deal with his mix-ups. And again, if this is not enough, then we'll figure it out and we'll fix it up and we'll do more changes in the future. So not to worry, but we wanted to do like this, to start with this, and then take baby steps and not just do like drastic changes to just kill heroes. That's never fun. No. So we're seeing where we can go in there.
Awesome.
Raider, right? So Raider is kind of interesting. Stampede charge, not cost 30 stamina. So again, move that you can do from sprinting and from running and stuff. So having it less stamina, you're more incentivized to use it. So that's good. But we also did something to reaping charge. So reaping charge is running attack, or what we call sprint attacks. It now gains uninterruptible stance at 400 ms into the strike, right? So it was like a very, very, very underutilized move. I was looking at like stats at some point, and like barely nobody uses it. Mostly because it's super slow. It has a big range and everything, but it's so slow. And because it didn't get armor, you would get interrupted all the time. It didn't make any sense. Like the numbers even for that were like really high. So by giving it armor there, you can use it to run into minions, run into other players with a little bit less risk, and you can still follow up your chains afterwards. So that's kind of cool.
Nice.
And then finally, his finishers now chain to Raider's Fury. So the way Raider's flow works is you have Storming Tap that resets your chain. Whenever you do Storming Tap, your chain kind of resets, so it kind of works. But then your heavy finishers, you're not super incentivized to use them because you just stop.
Yeah.
And so you have to, you get a bit of firm advantage and stuff, but you still stop. And so because of this, it doesn't feel super good. So what we're doing is we're giving you the ability to chain to Raider's Fury, which is like a Raider's zone chain. So by doing this, you have a little bit new option, a bit more options, but on top of it, Raider's Fury also soft feints to Storming Tap, so you can kind of like reset your chain after using your finishers, which is also kind of a cool thing to do. It kind of feels like it gives Raider a lot of new life. It's super interesting, so I can't wait to see what players do with this. And the Helicopter Man is back, so that's great.
Amazing.
And then Yorm, I'm sure I can't see chat right now because I'm blind. But also because I know they're probably excited at some of these changes, right? So first up, might not be super excited at the first one, which is Serpent Smite now gains uninterruptible stance at 500 ms instead of 4. The issue we had with it at 400 ms is that it was a little bit too early. It's a feintable attack. You can do like really crazy shenanigans with it. So pushing it back at 500 makes it less useful as a trading tool to beat certain things. You're able to feint during the parry, like before the parry window and stuff. So it makes a bit of a difference, but it's a bit of a nerf. The rest, though, is all real good, right? So Hammer Slam, which I think is one of the most requested thing that we've ever had for Yorm, it does now gain uninterruptible stance at 100 ms.
Amazing.
So you want to Hammer Slam people? Now you can. The reason why we were kind of reluctant to give him one is, first, we want to kind of differentiate it a little bit from Eagle's Talon, right? It's a little bit different. We want to have, like, they're different moves, and if they're specifically exactly the same all the time, it might not feel super fresh, super interesting. On top of it, we wanted to see, we want to have a counterplay to this one. And so the counterplay to this one was you get peeled. Turns out that you get peeled really often, so that's a bit of a problem. There's a big call whenever you do it too, so it doesn't help there. But on top of it, your allies also like hit you through friendly fire. It's not that they want to, but it kind of happens. So we get interrupted more than what we would like. So we're like, you know what? Let's just give it the armor that it deserves, that it needs to be more competitive, to help bring Yorm back up. So it now has armor, so that's great. But it deals 2 less damage. So 28 instead of 30. Again, to balance things out a little bit, it'll land way more often. So like that little nerf and damage there kind of makes sense. And we also are nerfing the shield from Hammer's Favor down to 20 from 25. So it's still useful. You still get like a big health swing. But at the same time, like because Hammer Slam will land a lot more reliably now, it makes a lot of sense to nerf that a little bit there.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
So that's it, right? I think that's it.
Were we done?
I don't know. Let me listen in. Okay,
I've been feeding you more notes.
Yeah, I've been told that like there's people in the back that are still writing notes as we
yeah.
speak. Because I didn't have the time to write all
No,
that. Right?
of course.
So they told me that there's another page now.
Okay, they added another. All right.
There's another
Great.
page.
Let's
So
take a look.
let's look at it, right? Another page, man. I wonder if this segment will ever end.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. So, well, then there's things to Hitokiri, right? So, Hitokiri's health is now 130. Again, same kind of rhyming reason we have with Berserker, with Highlander.
Yeah.
Trading hero kind of makes sense to have there. And then Sankotsu now has more forward movement. So that's her front dodge heavy. It still was useful as a roll catcher. It's just that it was a bit tricky to use because you have to delay the input. So you have to front dodge and then like tap heavy a little bit late to get a bit more momentum and catch people that are running away. but it made it a bit unwieldy to use. It was a bit
Right.
too hard to use from what we wanted to do. So we just increased the forward movement. So now it should catch rolls a lot more reliably. Makes a lot of sense there.
Great.
That's great.
All right.
Khatun, our favorite Mongolian hero.
Very cool.
So two small changes. First is fear and fury stance. So that's when she runs at you. You know, when you get scared and
Yes.
you kind of want
Terrified.
terrified. Some bad things happen in your pants when that happens, so you don't want
Oh
to.
no.
So basically, when she runs at you, when she does fear and fury stance, she can now cancel fear and fury stance into a dodge at 300 ms, down from 500. So it gives her more safety, more options. If you see people dodge bashing, doing a lot of different things, you get like a bit more of an ability to dodge out of these things and to avoid certain situations that make you feel good. If you ever want to see, and I'll name drop, we spoke about this a little bit before. If you want to see what super high level Khatun looks like,
Yeah.
I saw a couple of videos by Blitz that we had on last time.
did, yeah.
Amazing guy. If you want to see what it looks like when somebody's really, really, really good with Khatun, go look at this because it's very impressive.
It's awesome.
And also we fixed her zone attack. The Garbage vulnerability on her zone attack was a bit too low, like at 100 ms. It could beat Garbage attempts and stuff. So we put it back at a normal 433 ms. Just like in a normal heavies. Makes sense to be there, but we did that little change after that makes sense.
Great.
Finally, on this slide, we have Sohei. So two small nerfs to Sohei. Sohei, ever since our last patch, has been doing way better, like immensely better. It's awesome. We're really happy to see people pick up Sohei again and do much better with him. So it was really warranted. It's great. But there was still two small issues with his heavy openers and with Mad Monk. So the problem is that these attacks, because of their speed, when you got uninterruptible stance at 400 ms, it kind of ended up like 100 ms before you can feint. That created situations where Sohei could trade with an incoming attack, feint, and then get a free GB every single time against their opponent, and then go poop, poop, poop. I have 3 souls, right?
Yeah.
So you could do this with heavy openers and with Mad Monk. That's problematic. It was a bit too strong. It made it a bit too easy to get your souls. And so we're fixing it so that it's at the normal timing regardless, which we don't really like to have armor start on openers before the feint timing to avoid these kinds of issues. So we ended up doing this so it makes sense for Sohei on both, like I said, heavy openers and on Mad Monk.
Nice.
Makes sense, right? So let's just see. I don't know. Is there more?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes? Okay,
Yes.
let's see if there's
I'm
more.
gonna guess. There's another page.
I don't know. It might be empty.
Could be. That'd be weird.
Let's just like I'm gonna call on the ley line and stuff and
All
see
right,
if
go
something
ahead.
happens.
Go ahead.
And-
Summoning.
oh, there we go. Oh,
Hey.
Virtuosa nerfs and a side buff, but still. So Virtuosa, right? Her sideways misdirect can now be performed during dodges from 2 to 400 ms, down from 2 to 6. There's a reason why it was 2 to 6. It's because since Virtuosa's kit all revolves around the stance of her previous attack, right? You kind of decide what posture you go in based on the side of your previous attack. What ended up happening is we wanted to give her the ability to choose which posture to go to on every single dodges and whatever. But that means that you have to potentially side dodge, and because it forces the guard or whatever, you have to like re-switch your guard to the stance that you want. The timing that we had was kind of short, and so we decided, you know what, like let's put it at 600. So this way it gives you a bit more time, it's a bit more comfortable to perform that input.
Yeah.
The problem this caused, however, is that because of this, and because she gains iframes, like every single dodge attack in the game gains iframe during their strike, you could dodge and then delay your attack super late and then regain iframes later into your dodge. So it gave you like different dodge timings so that you avoid things that you're not supposed to be able to avoid. So we're putting it back at the normal timing from 2 to 4. So this way, it makes a bit more sense into like how she times stuff and kind of makes like it makes it a bit better. It's gonna be harder to switch your stance to pick the stance that you want, but at the very least, you'll still be able to do stuff, and it'll be less oppressive when you fight against it.
Great.
And we've also lowered the stamina drain per second when she holds posture to 5 per second instead of 7. Again, a bit of a quality of life here for Virtuosa. At 7, it was a little bit too high. We looked at the data. We looked at a bunch of stuff. It was a bit too high. So at 5, it's still drained, so you still can't stay in posture indefinitely, but at least you can stay in it a little bit longer.
Great.
Works out fine. And then we have Pirate, right? So Pirate, guaranteed pistol blast deals 4 damage instead of 5. You might be going, that's a 1 damage difference.
That's like 20%.
It's 20% still, right?
Yeah, so it's-
That's the magic of math and numbers.
I love math.
Right?
I love math.
You can say a lot of things. 20% of something can be 1 or it can be 2. So it's good. But yeah, so we're lowering the damage a little bit of guaranteed pistol blast, like trying to lower Pirate's damage curve a little bit more, so that makes sense. But we're also doing something interesting with pistol blast after walk the plank and walk the plank itself, right? So if you look at this, pistol blast that's done after walk the plank now deals 15 damage instead of 5.
Dang.
So 10 more. But walk the plank deals 12 instead of 24, so 12 less. So basically, you deal 2 damage less when you're using walk the plank and pistol blast. But also, interestingly, the damage is no longer front loaded.
Yeah.
So your main source of damage, well, they're almost similar, but your main source of damage is coming from pistol blast, not from walk the plank. And the reason we did this is that walk the plank, if you do nothing, if you land it and you do nothing, like Pirate does a little bit of a knee, and then your opponent gets pushed back, and they can get wall splatted. They can like hit a wall,
Right.
and so because of that, the damage that she could output off of 24 off of walk the plank, plus getting a wall splat, then dealing an attack, it was way too high. So by lowering this, it lowers the total output of this by at least 12. Makes it a little bit better, gives you more of an incentive to use pistol blast. So it we're kind of backloading the damage onto the pistol blast instead of being front loaded on walk the plank, and it becomes more of a choice of what do you do in what situation, while still lowering your overall damage curve in general. Because even if you do walk the plank into pistol blast, you still deal a little bit less damage than you did before.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's kind of like the logic around this. It makes sense. We'll be able to see like how Pirate ends up being. She's still very, very strong.
Yeah.
At top level, she has a lot of fully unreactable 50-50s. So we're looking at what else we can do to help address those. But it still makes a bit of a difference here.
Great.
My little goblins in my ear are telling me there might be more.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh, another page.
The pages. These goblins, man.
So many pages.
They're working so like hardcore. I'm gonna have to figure out like a little gift for them when I get back to my office.
I think so. Yeah.
Should be good.
I think it all.
All right. So Tiandi. So side dragon dodge. It's now vulnerable to guard break for 533 MS, up from 400. So Tiandi has been like really, really good in duels and in Dominion. He's an excellent staller. Really, really fantastic defense. But the defense is a little bit too high. So because of this, we're making sure that you can guard break side dragon dodge a little bit more effectively.
Yeah.
But we're also making it so that you can dodge, you can perform it later into your dodge, right? It's more in line with the other timings of the other heroes where we do these attacks. The thing is that if you fully delay it, now you have a 1033 MS window to get guard broken. So it's still useful. You can still do these things. But the odds of you getting guard broken in group fights and stopped is a lot higher. So it'll make a big difference here into like the safety of Tiandi when he's trying to stall here. We know feats are also a bit of an issue with Tiandi. We're looking at those to help drive his survivability in those group fights and that stalling ability. But that should help in that regard to do that. We've also been doing a small buff to his own. So again, stamina cost improvements, 20 instead of 30 for his own attack first hit. All makes sense. All good there.
Super cool.
Warmonger. So I'm sure people who can read are jumping for joy right now. Her light openers are back to being enhanced.
Yay.
Right? So we had removed the enhanced ability of those attacks because we wanted to make sure that Warmonger had to work a little bit more to get into her offense. Turns out that it was too much of a blow to Warmonger. And so I will be the first one to admit, you know what? Sometimes we make these changes. We can make mistakes or we make bad reads. Sometimes we have to try these things. And sometimes it has to take a little bit of time before we go, you know what? The results of this are good or bad. And we have to give players time to adapt as well to see how they can do these things. In Warmonger's case, turns out that she really, really, really needs them. It's okay. It was something that we tried. I don't have any issues with us rolling it back. It's okay. It makes sense. And so it's back so now, so people are going to be happy. The rest of her chain, though, doesn't change. So whenever she does her claws, she still goes to her finishers, but their light finishers are still in hand. So the whole thing kind of still works. You can still vortex out of stuff. So everything kind of still makes sense. It'll be a little bit easier to get into your offense.
Great.
We're also changing Vicious Impale Claw on unbalanced, out of stamina opponents. So just to give a bit of context here, if you're not super familiar with how this kind of works, is when you parry somebody that is out of stamina, you always unbalance them. They fall on the floor. For the vast majority of our casts, it means extra punishes. You do more damage because they fell down. You get more guaranteed attacks. Also, so there's heroes that get like 2 heavies, a bunch of damage on there. The problem with Warmonger is that if you parry somebody that's out of stamina, they unbalance. If you tap your heavy button, you do vicious impale on the ground.
Right.
But that only dealt 30 damage, like 10 plus 20 bleed. That is significantly lower than a lot of parry punishes there. So what we wanted to do is still give her, like, because normally if you're like the optimal punish in these cases usually a light into a heavy, you get like different things that so you can deal more damage than that. We kind of upped the damage to 10 plus 32 bleed instead of 10 plus 20 bleed to compensate for the fact that it deals less damage and you get into less stuff. So if you make the mistake or if you don't know what the optimal punish is, well, you do get a better punish now regardless, which is still pretty good. It works out fine, and it helps Warmonger deal a little bit more with those situations with less specific crazy knowledge that you need to know of, like optimal punishes and everything.
Yeah.
And then finally, we've also nerfing the damage of Beast of Prey, which is your side dodge heavies, down to 22 instead of 24. They're very, very, very strong dodge attacks, like have big trajectories, the whole thing. So it makes sense to nerf that a little bit.
Great.
In that regard.
Awesome.
So, okay, well, I can go home.
Can you?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think I'm reusing this bit a little bit too much.
Maybe.
So,
but
you know, it's not in comedy. You have to, like, there's a rule of 7, I think, or something.
it's a rule of 7. Is that that's
So
the
you
rule of
gotta do
comedy?
But it doesn't quite work anymore. So let's just see there's more badges.
All right, there's more pages.
There's more stuff, right? So Lawbringer. So basically, almost only nerfs to Lawbringer. Lawbringer has been performing really, really well. Super strong hero. Always shows up a bit in like frustration levels of players. So we're doing a couple of things, right? So first, all of his side light attacks are no longer enhanced. So that was a relic from Lawbringer in the past where he kind of needed to have those to be able to get into offense.
Yeah.
That's when also like his top light from neutral is 400, for example, right? So there's a lot of those like old relics that are not really necessary anymore. Lawbringer does not need side enhanced lights whatsoever. There's a lot. He has a lot of good ways to get into offense, so it's a bit overwhelming. So we're moving those straight up.
Nice.
Then we're looking at the damage curve for all of his top heavies, so opener, chain, and finisher, and we're all lowering them. They all get a guaranteed little like light bump afterwards. So the damage was a bit too high on all of these. It also reset his chain. So by lowering the damage by 2 from the opener and the finisher, and by 1 opener and chain, and then 1 for the finisher, it kind of helps when you're playing against Lawbringer to go, you know what, like I'm gonna take a bit less damage. It's gonna be okay. Lawbringer has to work a little bit better, so it kind of all works out in the end. And then finally, Impaling Riposte is now feintable. So maybe going, why is it feintable? It doesn't matter. So the thing here is that it's a small change that we're trying to go, you know what, I can't really use it because it's no longer guaranteed off of a heavy parry. So it's a free parry and a free block. Now, with it being feintable, it's really niche. And I can see it happening once in a while with somebody that you've kind of like, if you've conditioned them enough or whatever, that you can do, hey, I did a heavy parry, I'll do Impaling Riposte, feint into GB, and then get a bigger GB punish.
Yeah.
So it's meant to mix up a little bit. We know it will not be like the end-all, be-all. It's not the strongest attack in the game. But it's still something like a little bit of juice is a bit of an experiment we're trying to go, does this actually do something? Is this going to be interesting? So we'll leave it in the hands of you, our players, to tell us if this is interesting or not.
Great.
Also, like small change on Shinobi. So Super Sprint now costs 10 stamina to activate, up from 0. So we're removing the Shinobi Tokyo Drift style thing. So basically, like, with costing 10 to activate, you can't just like mash it infinitely and just go, hey, I'm going crazy. So it's a bit of a nerf.
Gotcha.
Shouldn't impact him too much. Funnily enough, this is a bit of a secret. Don't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
Except the 2,000 people that are watching.
Maybe, yeah.
So, Shinobi, when he super sprints, he's not that much faster than a
Whoa.
regular sprint.
What are you? You're breaking the fourth wall now,
It
dude.
just looks really cool.
It really does go.
It looks
real
cool.
run.
It is a little bit faster.
Love
to be
it.
fair, but it's not massively faster.
Okay.
So it's just like, Just to let people know it's a bit of a secret.
Okay, all right.
Inside information. It's a bonus you get for having watched this.
This is it. Yeah, there you go.
Or watching it as a VOD or something, and it's good.
Yeah. No,
All right.
Only now.
Okay. Is there more? Yes, there's more.
is.
Ephira. So, Ephira's gravity pull. We can now dodge it 400 ms before the hit. It used to be 300. So we opened up the dodge window for gravity's pull so that it makes it a little bit easier to dodge. It's a very, very good opener. Running to opponents, like doing that feint, all that stuff. So it's great. But being able to dodge a little bit earlier makes it a tiny bit less threatening, so it helps.
Sure.
We also are changing Speeding Comet, which is our tier 3 feat, right? So the problem with Speeding Comet is that basically you could just, I see red, I pop feet, I kill. So with this, we're doing a bit of a change so that, first of all, you can dodge it a little bit later, like we did for Gravity Pull, so that's great. But when it's performed at close range, so like if you're really close to somebody and you don't need to run towards them, you only get your full block at 400 ms instead of at 0. So you can no longer just see red, press button, and beat everything. So that's the first thing. The second part of this is that when you use the feat and you trigger Fleet Foot, which is kind of like the running animation that she has that she runs towards you, the attack will gain full block only after 400 ms that you are in Fleet Foot. So you have to run for at least 400 ms before that full block starts. Again, to help defend against these kind of like I see red, I press button there. So it kind of makes a bit of a difference here. And on top of this, Fleet Foot now has a minimum duration of 400 ms. So if you're close and you would run only normally for less than 400 ms, you will still keep running for 400 to make sure that that full block window stays static at 400. So it kind of helps play against her a little bit more, and that you can't exploit going, hey, I'm going to be just outside the range to get my full block to come up just a little bit earlier. So this is a way for us to prevent these from happening and remove that, feet on red type of thing, which is not super interactive and super fun to play against.
Gotcha.
All right? So now we have more changes. Gladiator, right? So it's a bit of a rule change for Boleadoras. It will also apply to another feat that we'll talk about later, but we'll start with this, right? So Boleadoras now respects hit stun rule. Boleadoras is a projectile that pins. So the issue that we have with the anti-yank stuff and stuff is that it was like a bit more complicated, where if you could still kind of reset hit stun using Boleadoras. So it kind of created issues. So we fixed this entirely. So now this is the rules, right? Because there's a bit of an exception here, so I need you to listen, everybody at home, listen really carefully. If the victim was idle, right? So if you're just there standing, or you're not in a hit stun or whatever, if you get hit by Boleadoras, it's as normal. You enter first hit stun, and then per the regular rules, anybody else that hits you gets 25% damage reduction. But if you, as the gladiator, hit that person, you deal full damage. So it's exactly as normal. Nothing changed there. Then if the victim was already in first hit stun, they enter second hit stun, and they get 75% damage reduction from anybody. Yeah, that's good. But unlike traditional second hit stuns, you can still be pinned by other attackers. So normally when you're in second hit stun, you can no longer be pinned whatsoever. Right. In the case of Boleadoras specifically, you can still be pinned. What this lets us do is, let's say I'm here, I'm Glad, and you are Lawbringer, right?
Sure.
Because you like to play Lawbringer.
Of course, yeah.
Well, you play Nusha, but you also play Lawbringer.
I play a few, yeah.
Play a few, right? So we're kind of 2 against 1. You hit an opponent. I Boleadoras them while they're in hit stun. You do an impale, and you will still be able to pin them and then ledge them or get them to the wall or something. So it kind of helps the combo ability of these things a little bit more. Because it's a projectile, because it's a feat, it's not something you can spam constantly. We wanted to keep a bit more utility there to have something kind of cool happening. And then finally, if the victim was already in second hit stun, it will not pin or bind at all. Okay. So that respects the entire rules there. So that's the idea here for Boleadoras. It's a bit of a change here. I know it's a lot to take in. I can't wait to see people experiment with it and see what they can do with it.
Great.
More changes. Centurion. So we're finally reintegrating Centurion's feats from the testing ground.
Amazing. Nice.
Everybody rejoice, dance for joy, whatever you do. Take a sip of water. I don't know. But let's keep going, right? So you've probably seen most of these, but I'll still go through them like quickly. Tier 1 feat is not amplified roar. So whenever You land the Lion's Roar finisher, so it's guard break into 3 lights. You will always unbalance enemies. You'll see there's a bit of a theme with unbalancing an Eagle's Talon, right? So that works well. It's a passive, works super good. Tier 2 feat, Eagle's Windfall. So whenever you land an Eagle's Talon, you reduce your enemy's attack and you increase your ally movement speed and an AoE around your target. So the reason why it gets both, and they're both kind of disconnected a bit, but it still makes sense, right? If you use this in a situation where you're outnumbered, you increase your survivability. That's great. If you use it in a situation where you're alone or you're with your team and you finish off the last person, it boosts up your speed and your allies' speed so you can rotate faster. So it's meant to kind of enhance the end of ganks and also to enhance your survivability when you're outnumbered. So overall, you always benefit from this feat when you land an Eagle's Talon, regardless of the situation. You just get more benefit if you have like more allies or if there's more enemies around. You get a little bit more, but it still all kind of works out really well. So we wanted to make sure that the feat is always useful no matter what happens.
Great.
Now, since tier 3, Vainglorious Pugio, right? So throws a projectile that binds. And if you perform a Legion kick on the bound target, it unbalances them. It deals 15 damage, 120-second cooldown. This is the other feat I was talking about that also respects the new hit stun rules. Same thing with Vainglorious Pugio. So it's Pugio that gives you an unbalance, that gives you an Eagle's Talon, that grants you Eagle's Windfall, right?
Synergy.
Everything works together. Synergies all around. And the one that really changed from the testing grounds is Refined Phalanx. So Refined Phalanx, it now gives all your allies a moderate amount of shield and cleanses them of any negative status effects. It grants a 50 shield for 10 seconds, and it's on a 180-second cooldown. So when we did this previously, it healed, if I remember correctly, but it also cleansed. And so the utility, a lot of what we heard was, I like the old Phalanx better because it gave everybody shields.
Right.
So we're like, you know what? We're going to get both.
Okay.
Right? It's like the little meme of why
Best
not
of both.
both?
Yeah,
So
why
this
not
is
both?
both. So you get a shield and you get the cleanse. And the beauty of this as well, right? Nolan, do you like to play Breach?
I mean, I do. Yeah.
Do you like when the king gets corruption applied on them?
I really don't. No.
No?
No.
Well, if you have Ascent, you can cleanse it now.
Oh man. All right.
Right? So this is
Since
great,
in
right?
the meta now. He's in the
So
meta
so
for
it
Breach.
helps
Let's
work.
go.
It helps in those situations as well, right? That cleanse, it cleanses literally every single negative status effect.
That's awesome.
There's a Juror on the other team that popped their tier 4, pop yours. That defense debuff only applies to their own team now. So
Oh, that's it.
this is what
That's
happens,
a
right?
spicy hard.
That's how you live. So
There. I
it's
like
so
that.
there's a lot of that stuff now that kind of helps with create new synergies between heroes and kind of feels really good. So that's really good.
Very cool.
So now, so Eagle's Talon also, like, we reduce the damage to 28, mostly because of that first feat, you know, the pop
Yeah.
there. We don't need to have a 30 damage plus a bunch of buffs on GB. So we're lowering it down a little bit more, so it makes sense. We also looked and we heard all your feedback when we did the testing grounds regarding alternate feats. So we picked alternate feats that make sense with Centurion, which means that some of them are no longer there. But we'll look at them, right? So alternate feat ones are Bounty Hunter, Inspire, Second Wind, and Stalwart Banner. And alternate feats 2 are Body Count, Executioner's Respite, Sharpened Blade, and Catapult. You'll notice Haymaker is no longer there. We were doing a lot of that feat rework to remove Haymaker.
Yeah.
In large part, because Haymaker is not super fun. It creates a lot of balancing issues, creates a lot of problems. So we rather have Haymaker out and have better feats, and it lets us, it opens up our design space for Centurion really to do different things, so it's really good there.
Nice.
Next up, we have Peacekeeper. Also gets feats from testing grounds.
Nice.
Fear not. Fear not. Induced fear is not the same as it was in the testing ground, so you don't have to worry.
Okay. All right.
I'm thinking ahead to try to do like puns.
Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do.
It works. So, okay. So, tier 1 feat, crossbow wound, same as our old tier 3 feat, but placed as a tier 1. It's active, shoots a crossbow, deals direct bleed damage, deals 1 plus 10 bleed over 10 seconds, 30-second cooldown. Really helps you apply bleed externally because Peacekeeper suffers externally when, you can't apply bleed. It's a bit harder. That is a bit of a misconception. She has arguably the best peel in the game. It's not obvious to go, you know what? If I'm playing Peacekeeper, what I'm supposed to do is wait for my target that I'm external to make a mistake and then peel them and then bleed them. But it's not super obvious. And if you're playing against somebody that's extremely defensive, you still can't do it.
Right.
So we want to have ways to be able to open them up. There might be something else.
Oh, man.
I'm not saying it right now.
Okay.
Tier 2 feat bleed armor, right? So if you land a hit on a bleeding target, you get a defense buff for a short duration. So every time you hit somebody that's bleeding, you get 25% damage reduction for 10 seconds. Again, synergizes really well with her bleeds. Makes a lot of sense. Super good. Awesome. Tier 3 feat is Sanguine Serrations. So it's her own version of Sharpened Blades. Whenever you pop it and it's active, all your attacks apply bleed. They do 10 additional bleed over 5 seconds on your opponent. That's good. But it also has a passive side of it. When the feat is on cooldown, every time you hit a target that's bleeding, you shave off 5 seconds off of the feat's cooldown. So it's super cool. Every time that kind of happens, you're able to pop Sanguine Serrations, bleed somebody like crazy, stack a bunch of bleed. Once that's done, keep hitting them like crazy. She gets like her kit opens up like, quite a bit when your opponents are bleeding. So it kind of works well there. And you can shave off quite a bit of the duration of the cooldown, and you can repop it again. So that works well.
Yes.
Finally, Induced Fear. So in the TG, what we did here is you get it permanent, right? It kind of was interesting. It had like some side effects that we weren't super happy with. So we're putting it back to being active. So it's basically your own fear itself. But there's a bit of a twist here, which is every time Peacekeeper kills an enemy while the feat is active, it'll reset the duration of Induced Fear.
Nice.
So it's active for 20 seconds. It gives a 30% defense debuff, so it's kind of like as normal. But let's say I pop it. I land but Peacekeeper has to land the killing blow, right? Mm-hmm. She lands the killing blow. At 1 second left, gets back to 20 seconds. You still have it back for 20 seconds. So when this happens, you want to let Peacekeeper kill people because you can chain it for quite a long time and make sure that it's active for longer. But you have to let her land killing blows, which is not always the easiest thing. Your damage curve is a little bit lower. So let her do her work. It's super cool. It works well. You can still participate in ganks if you want, but it still works quite well.
Great.
But now there's something else with Peacekeeper. The first line here is something that I know a couple of players that visited us a couple times have been asking me about for a bit of time. Let's just say it that way. We're going to be nice to us. But basically now Dagger Cancel, when it's performed off of a top heavy attack, is now unblockable.
Dying.
So, I was saying that it's kind of hard to apply bleed to people when they're external.
Yeah.
Well, then you can do it pretty easily now.
Not anymore.
The thing is, this is really not that good when you're in a 1v1 because the timing, the parry timing overlaps, everything kind of overlaps. It's still unblockable, so you can't just block top and deal with it, but it's a lot easier to deal with.
Right.
The thing is, as you'll remember, we tried to do testing rounds with bashes, with Peacekeeper and stuff, and ultimately, the issue with a bash is if we do a fast bash, there is literally no point to having Dagger Cancel. Like, it kind of eliminates the need for it outside of it costs a bit more stamina. Even then, it's kind of debatable. So we put it as a slower bash to go, like, it's a tool that you use externally. But then it was slow. Nobody really liked it. I've seen some people, like, calling for it back. And this is a much more elegant solution to the problem. So we're going with this. Makes a lot of sense. Super good. That works. And as with Centurion, right, alternate feats, we took care to make sure that she kept the alternate feats that players liked. So alternate feat ones are Stealth, Fiat Looks, Put No Mortis, Catapult. And 2, she still has Bounty Hunter. Executioner's Respite, Punch Through, which is new on her. She can still deal a bit of damage if people are not bleeding or whatever. And then finally, Last Laugh here for Peacekeeper.
Super cool.
Super cool, right?
Nice.
All right. Is there more? Let's just.
I think
I'm getting to be out of breath a bit, but we'll see what happens.
been there a bit.
More changes.
More changes.
Okay, so feat changes. Corruption deals 8 damage per tick, down from 10. So it's a bit of a nerf. Makes sense. Corruption is super, super strong.
Yeah.
It'll give you a bit more survivability when you're fighting against a warmonger or a new shit that applies corruption all the time. Feels really good. And then finally, Last Laugh deals 20 to 100 damage, down from 20 to 140.
Okay.
The big change here is that if you're over 100 HP, Last Laugh can no longer kill you. So that's a big thing, right? Before 140, it could still kill you. So we want to lower the effectiveness of Last Laugh as so that it's not hey, you kill me, I win. It really feels bad. It doesn't feel super interactive. It's not super fun. So by not guaranteeing that it always kills, it makes a bit more sense. And again, we'll see where all of that evolves and goes into the future.
Incredible.
Let's go to the next page because there's one more.
Okay.
Bug fixes. These are bug fixes that affect balancing, so that's why we're putting them here.
Okay.
It's also why we're kind of renaming the segment to balancing now, because it's more focused on balancing specifically. Our patch notes often have way more stuff in them. You know, whenever we're doing new features or whatever, we put that in the patch notes. So we're kind of changing this to balancing. But no worries, I'll always still be here to read you the patch notes for 6 hours.
There you go.
So Aphira and Pirate, right? They both have feats where you launch a projectile that kind of bounces between opponents. The thing is that, like, let's say you have 2 opponents and you have an ally in the middle of them, and as Aphira or as Pirate, you shoot it at the first one, it'll bounce, but it will hit the person in between them, and then it'll bounce between your allies, which is like not something you want to see ever. But it still applied the debuff when this happened, and so that felt overly punitive to those feats. So we're removing the ability for that to apply a debuff to kind of have this. And then finally, we have also fixed the bug that we have with Centurion that guaranteed a jab after a charge heavy. It was caught a little bit too late, and it was like a bit too tricky to fix, like as a live patch and everything. So we had to wait until now to be able to fix it properly and get the right things. But no worries, Centurion no longer gets this, so this is good to go.
Super cool.
Super cool, right? So that's it basically for patch notes. So there was for balancing rather. Yes, thank you, Max, the amazing Max as always in the back. But that's it for balancing. So it's quite awesome. I'm super happy.
Are you good? Are you okay?
I'm okay, dude. I'm okay. It's
Because that was a lot.
that was a lot. That was
That was a lot.
Like really, like I want giant kudos to the balancing
Sure,
team, to the game
absolutely.
design team. Like they worked super hard on this. Nael did a lot of that stuff. So really, you guys are doing an amazing job. I'm just here presenting them. Well, I also have a bit of a hand in talking about it stuff. But
It's a team effort.
so it's a team effort. So it's great. So but really, thank you guys, and I really hope everybody enjoyed these. There's a lot of stuff to dig through. I'll be looking at the VOD to look at chat and see how much they love me or hate me, and it'll be fun. So, but that's it. So that's it for balancing.
Well, JC, thank you so much again. Always a pleasure to have you on to talk balancing, to like see all the insights into this.
I'm always happy to be here.
Amazing. So cool. Well, folks, so we hope you enjoyed that. But stick around because coming up next, we have the community corner. And in between, we have a fun little video showing all of the amazing glory weapons that you can loot starting tomorrow with the new title update drop. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hans
Welcome back, Warriors. We're here at the community corner, but before we get into it, I just want to give a quick announcement. We know we've been having some issues with our Twitch drops, so in order to make sure that you guys get your sweet, sweet drops, we're making sure that anyone who collected 1 scavenger crate during this stream is going to get 2 more on top of what you've already collected. So yeah, hopefully that sorts it out for the most part.
That's good. I was worried because I really need my drops.
Yeah, I
need
know.
my drops,
I know.
so.
It's important.
Great.
All right.
Well, very cool. Well, that's exciting. Thank you, Zahara. And yeah, folks, so we had a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover, and we're going to check out the Community Corner videos in not too much longer. But before we even go any deeper than that, we need to talk really quickly about leaderboards. In fact, the previous leaderboard from the Arena of Echoes event.
Congrats to all the Warriors who made it to the leaderboard. Absolutely so impressive to see how many bosses were killed during this event.
Yes.
And in first place, we have Grekix with 3,468 kills. Golden Viper in second place and Cycloop Zero in third place. But Nolan, can you tell me how long do you have to play to kill that many?
All right, stay with me here.
bosses?
We talked about how much we love math here, so bear with me, folks. Okay, a little back of the hand, back of the napkin math here. Okay, so Arena of Echoes was a best 3 out of 5 game mode.
Yeah.
That means that if you did your absolute best, you have to win 3 rounds to get through it. In each round, you can kill a maximum of 2 bosses.
Yeah.
Because the leaderboard is tracking boss kills, which
Right.
means that in an absolute best case scenario, you're only playing 3 rounds per game. You're getting 6 boss kills if you are the only one getting those boss kills. All right, you with me on that? Okay, so Grekix got 3,468 kills. So if he did the absolute best he could possibly do with 6 kills a match, that means he had to, at a minimum, have played 578 rounds of Arena of Echoes, which is incredible to start.
How many hours is that?
So, okay, so we're going to follow with me here. Okay, so like if you did your absolute best, we average that like a single round of Arena of Echoes is like 5 minutes long. So if you played 578 rounds of 5 minutes each at a minimum here, that would have been about 2,890 minutes, which divided by 60 equates to a little more than 48 hours of time. That's a lot of Arena.
And that's if you did it perfectly.
Yeah, a perfect run. Like, holy crap. So, great job, Greg, because that's
Amazing.
incredible.
That is amazing.
Nice work, man. Math is fun. I love math. So,
I don't like math.
that's okay. That's like I'll do
I
the
got
math.
you.
I'll do the math. That's fine. All right, so folks, and again, hey, new leaderboard. I'm gonna math at the end of the next one too. So it's gonna be good. But speaking of which, so folks, as a reminder, the Throwback event for the Creed with ASSASSINI y TEMPLARI, the game mode and the free event pass go live tomorrow for 3 weeks. So in this new the new title update coming out, we have a brand new hero skin. So we have Shinobi, the hero skin, now with the Swift.
My favorite.
It is so good. I know. And I love that we got the voice actors back for this. The Shigoki hero skin, Yasuke the Brave, again with the voice actor for here. And the Berserker hero skin, Ivor Wolf-Kissed. So you're going to be able to pick up all of these starting tomorrow as well. And if you just want them all, hey, guess what? We got bundles for you here. So starting off, the AC Shadows bundle. As a reminder, you can get both Naue and the Yasuke hero skins. On top of that, you get an illustrious outfit, Igas Furious, available for all heroes. It's the little puppy dog. It's so cute. Big shout out to Martin for that one too. Like, I love the tail wag. It's so good. And this is going to even come with 6 scavenger crates and 14 days of championship status. But if that's not enough and you want an even bundlier bundle, the bundlest of all bundles, you can get the Assassin's Creed Ultimate Hero Skin bundle, which is going to come with the Shinobi Hero Skin, Naue the Swift, Shigoki's Yasuke the Brave, Berserker's Ivor Wolf-Kiss, the Peacekeeper Ezio Auditore Hero Skin, if you haven't picked that up, the exclusive illustrious outfit, Igas Furious for all the heroes in the entire roster, 4 AC themed shared executions for the entire roster. That's Eivor's Ardor, Naue's Vengeance, Yasuke's Oath, and Requiescatem Pace. On top of that, 12 scavenger crates and 28 days of championship status. Holy crap, that's a lot of content. Incredible.
Amazing.
But we're not done, folks.
We're not done.
Because we will also be having a hero trial for Shinobi. That's right. So starting April 23rd through April 30th, you can play Shinobi for free. So that's starting tomorrow. It's going to coincide really nicely with that really cool Now a Hero skin. So that's great. We plan things. We have the time-limited leaderboard for the game mode. Don't forget the ASSASSINI y TEMPLARI. And remember, you are going to be scored based off of total boss kills. So again, I want to see those numbers go up. JC wants to see those numbers go up. I want to do some crazy math for the next show. So that's going to be great. We also talked about it too earlier on, but the Arena of Echoes, while the event may be over, we really loved all of the realization that we did in the map. So we're going to keep that realization available, specifically in the map rotation. So for Brawl, it's going to be live from May 14th through the 28th, and for Duels from May 28th through June 11th. So check it out. It's really cool looking. On top of that, we have a trio of Hero Fest coming out this season here. Highlander on May 21st, Jianyu on May 28th, and the Warden on June 4th. Plus a balancing patch that we spent a while talking about here. So much content, all that going live tomorrow. So, okay.
Thank you, Nolan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take the torch.
Yeah, you say something.
I'll say a lot of things. We also have content of the week coming your way. Starting tomorrow until May 14th, we have the mythic outfit Jotunheim's Frost for 15k steel.
Nice.
We have the shared, so excited, shared executions, Naoi's Vengeance. There it is.
And it ledges.
Oh, it ledges. And Yasuke's Oath. Goodbye. Squish, squish. Again, squish.
Bigger squish.
We have Eivor's Ardor. Slash. Chop, chop. And we have more content of the week. Starting April 30th until May 14th, we have the Throwback retrofit content. We have the Eagle's Companion, the signature. We have also the Inside the Animus signature. Very cool. We have the Elite Outfit, Ruler of the Masses. Don't forget the emote, Master Assassin. The other emote, Leap of Faith. And tell me about the hay bale.
So if you weren't aware, this actually has an alternate outcome where sometimes hay bale doesn't spawn.
Uh-oh.
It's hilarious.
That's pretty good. I want to see that. We also have the mythic outfit, Apple of Eden.
Nice.
Ooh.
So sparkly.
We have the illustrious outfit, Auditores Esteem. And the Odious of Mythistios. Mystios, thank you. We have the execution, Resquiacte. You're going to have to...
Requiescaten pace.
Resquiac.
Requiescaten pace. Requies.
I'll let you do this one.
Requiescaten pace.
No, I can't.
There's no S at the... I know, it's like there's no S at the...
My brain won't do it right
All right,
now.
no worries about it. Don't worry
We
about
also have the execution, Fear Not the Darkness. Much easier to say.
Yes.
And it ledges.
So good.
And finally, we have the execution, the Assassin's Blade. Pow, pow.
See,
Wow.
I like that one because not only does it stab him, like you can see he's just like dragging the blade up to like just...
He makes him feel it.
It's very, very violent. We do some violent stuff here. So, but hey, you know it's not violent, folks. We have the Year 10 merch. Don't forget. So again, follow the links you see on the screen, the QR code, scan it there. You can join Larry's fan club with the official T-shirt there. We also have 10th anniversary T-shirts, hoodies, hats, mugs, all that fun stuff there. Just check it out. Enjoy. Support the wear. It's going to be great. So good times. And don't forget, folks, also, we have an event order. So, ASSASSINI y TEMPLARI Week 1. So, from April 24th through the 27th, be the faction with the most ASSASSINI y TEMPLARI matches completed. So, that'll be good. And a new weekly arcade quest, Vortiger's Task, available from April 23rd through the 30th. So, there you go.
Very cool. All right, before we get over to Josh and TJ, I have a cool little announcement to make. To celebrate your amazing For Honor fashion, we're hosting our very own gala on May 4th. So with the 4 Fashion, we're celebrating with the 4 Fashion mods on May 4th, which is the same day as another famous gala. So you're all invited to show off your best looks, and the theme is Fashion is Armor. Look at that.
That's nice.
It's so cool. That's actual armor from the game you're seeing right now, which is really cool. And so we're going to be on Reddit, the 4 Fashion. We're going to be on X. We're going to be on Instagram. We're going to be resharing your looks with the official accounts. It's going to be really busy. It's going to be really fun. And I can't wait to see all of your looks. You're going to have to, in order to join, you'll have to tag our official accounts and hashtag the 4 Fashion Gala hashtag. But don't worry about remembering all these details because we're going to share a couple of posts with you next week with all the details, and we can't wait to see you there. Start preparing.
Nice.
Oh, and if you happen to have cosplay, you are more than welcome to join. It doesn't just have to be with your heroes.
Oh, I like it.
You can join Fashion is Armor as either your heroes or cosplay.
Sweet.
All right, that's that. So now finally, we have the community corner, and it's my pleasure to hand it over to Josh and TJ to show us the latest content from the community.
All right.
Let's see it.
Welcome, Warriors, to the community corner. Hello, hello. As always, I am Josh, and I'm joined with
TJ.
Hi, TJ.
Hi, TJ.
How you doing, TJ?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing really, really good. It's warm. It is a warm day here at our little studio, and I guess it's kind of fitting because
Not as hot as those patch notes, though.
oh yeah, those patch notes are hot.
And big.
There's a lot of them. They're beefy. They're super beefy. But yeah, it's been a really cool show so far. But let's go ahead and get into our really cool pieces of UGC that you have submitted and like posted on things and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with For Honor props. This beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous artwork. Not artwork, cosplay. Like the golds and just like the way it's all accented and
Look at
everything.
this fire shot.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love it. I love it so
We
much.
gotta get flown into sight.
Right?
Some shot.
And then we have a really cool piece of tattoo artwork from Lonely Wanderer. We have tattoos too. We're
Hey.
tattoo pals. And then this is from Centric Ether. I messaged them and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna get some mileage out of this."
It's a great meme here.
Like,
We're gonna use that a lot.
yeah, it's gonna be used a lot. Then we got Vidal the King about to go kill some minions, and then just completely whips.
Ooh.
Valid crash out. I would be going absolutely insane, bro. Especially if you're losing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, bump that. And then we have a cool artwork featuring our boy Jurin from Owl Warden.
Thank you for all the Jurin love, all the fan art.
He looks like a Disney character.
Great.
Yeah.
It does.
What's the dude from Emperor's New Groove or whatever? Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
And then we have I'm Tired 667 showing off a interesting face-off on the B. The B. Point. No, it's A. Don't listen to me. No, that's not A. Don't listen to me. I'm not saying things right. But hey, they're standing there.
Facing up. This is a different type of face-off. New screen devs.
There you go. All you need is this. We've done the work for you. So. And it just goes on and on.
And we just do this.
Yeah, and then we have a Yusu Kev. I never know how to say your name, but I was in one of his streams and he said that it's actually Daddy Kev. That's what it turned out to. But absolutely diabolical movement with the shaman emote in the grass. I've seen people doing that a lot.
Yeah.
And then we have one last one here from Elro. Ooh, he just got taken out by a
Little emote.
and then he dies too. What? Why was he trying to flex? Why was the shaman trying to flex, or the Shaolin?
You
Excuse
see
me.
what I did there? Then he got. Can't. No bragging on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm like, don't be cocky, don't be arrogant, don't do that.
You can always get got.
Mm-hmm. Exhibit A, B. Which one was this? C7? I don't know. Like I said, it's hot in here, so I'm losing my mind. But those are all the clips that we have for today. If you want to be featured, go ahead and submit on the subreddit. Go ahead and tag us on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the MySpaces, the AOLs, email us. I don't know. Can we give it our email? I don't think so. Probably not.
Talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll ask. We'll ask Zahara. Zahara, you can answer it. You're right there. Yeah, before we go, there's a couple of quick little things that we wanted to mention.
Yes. Please don't forget, on April 28th, we are supporting Wextra. She will be on the front page of Twitch.
Woo!
We are doing the For Honor Gala the following Monday in collaboration with the For Fashion subreddit to do a little fashion event in line with the Met Gala at the same night. So keep your eyes looking out on the socials for more updates on all of that, and we will see you next time.
Yep, and then check out those patch notes in the morning. They're gonna be beef.
Oh my god, the cosplay.
The it's so good.
It's so good. I think that cosplay has to be part of the gala.
It's got to be in the gala.
Has to
All right,
be.
do that.
What was your favorite?
Okay, so I remember when we released that shaman emote that lets you sneak around in bushes and stuff. So I love to see that even after all these years, it's still being used for evil. So much evil. So that was great. So great job, guys, and thank you, TJ. Thank you, Josh. Always amazing to see.
Yeah, and that's it for the show. Thank you so much for being here.
These are.
And I do believe that we are rating Bean. So let's go. See you guys on the battlefield tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
That's it. Bye.